Hello everyone, welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. I am Assistant Professor Padma Deshpande. I welcome you to this SST Edupedia. Today we are going to understand some of the concepts related to plant layout. This is chapter 4 in SYBMS semester 4 Productions and Total Quality Management. In this chapter, what are things that we are going to cover? First and foremost, we are going to understand what is a plant layout, what is the objective or purpose of a plant layout, what are the requirements of an effective plant layout, what are the principles of plant layout, and we are going to start with some of the types of layout. So let's begin. First and foremost, the meaning of plant layout. Plant layout is basically a systematic arrangement of machines and equipments. So plant layout is very important, especially in a factory environment. In the factory premises, the tools and equipments have to be placed in such a way that there is proper movement of men, material, and there is a continuous production process happening, and the finished goods are being transferred safely to the warehouses. So basically plant layout focuses on the arrangement of all operations in such a way that at the minimum cost, maximum of output or high quality output is achieved. Now why plant layout is important? Because it ensures that each and every space, the space utilization is proper, that is in terms of height, length, width, everything, the area is being properly utilized. According to the availability of area, the different material handling, transportation needs to be arranged, it has to be brought down. Then there is minimum movement of workers, there is safe conditions, plant maintenance, plant supervision, plant whenever there is plant servicing has to be done, especially the machines and all have to be serviced regularly, maintenance work has to be carried out. So for this reason plant layout becomes very important, and that is the objective of plant layout. So what are the important requirements of an effective layout? First and foremost, the plant layout should ensure that the material handling equipments are not used more. So in any layout, if the material handling equipments are limited, then the handling cost will come down, and if there is proper utilization of the space and also of the labor, and there should be proper communication, interaction among the workers also, because in the plant layout the machinery should be placed in such a way, machineries or equipments should be placed in such a way that the workers are able to coordinate and communicate with each other. In case of any emergency or anything, the workers are able to stop the machineries and get the, see what the problem is there. So an effective plant layout should ensure that there is proper interaction and communication among the workers. Then the plant layout should be such that there is proper safety measures, because safety is a very important aspect in the plant premises, especially in the factories, because the chances of machine breakdowns or accidents happening or the fire happening are higher. So to ensure that there is proper safety, the layout should be such that there are proper entry and exit points. Then there should be flexibility in that layout, so that if there is a need, the machineries and the equipments can be, their positions can be changed, or the space can be utilized for some other purpose. So these are the requirements of an effective layout. Now the plant layout is based on certain principles. Principles means certain terms and conditions on which the plant layout should be planned or should be prepared. So first principle is principle of integration. Integration of what? Men, materials, machineries, and all the other supporting services that are required in the factory. Second aspect is there should be minimum principle of minimum distance. The machineries should be kept in such a way that there is a continuous flow of production, there is no breakage of production, and secondly, the men and the material do not have to move much, because in the movement there are chances of breakage, or sometimes there are chances of stoppage of production process. So the principle of minimum distance. The third principle is principle of flexibility and safety. The machineries, as in when there is a requirement, the machineries can be shifted for maintenance purpose, for cleaning purpose, and in case the company decides for any future changes, so that can also happen. So the plant layout should be flexible, and any layout should ensure that there is forward movement of फ्लो ऑफ गुड्स. दैट इज जब प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है तो एक मशीन से सेकेंड मशीन से थर्ड मशीन, देयर इज अ कंटिन्यूअस फ्लो, सो फ्लो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी होना चाहिए. Then the fourth principle is principle of minimum handling and accessibility. If the plant layout is according to the product, then what will happen is the machines will work in a continuous format, and then there will be limited handling. And last principle is the principle of maximum visibility. Supervision should be easy. कोई भी जैसे if I would say, if in a classroom, the teacher ensures that all the students are visible to them. So what they do is sometimes they use a dais to stand at a height to see all the students. They are able to see all the students. The benches are also kept in such a way so that the students are able to see the teacher, and the teacher is able to see the students. Similarly, in the plant layout also, the machineries should be kept in such a way that it is easy to observe. Sometimes raised platforms are kept कि ऊपर के केबिन से वगैरह देखा जा सकता है कि फैक्ट्री में कौन से जगह पे क्या काम चल रहा है, कौन से मशीनरी में क्या प्रोडक्ट बन रहा है, हाउ इज द फ्लो ऑफ मूवमेंट. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मैक्सिमम विजिबिलिटी. नाउ there are certain factors that needs to be considered for a plant layout. सबसे पहली बात तो the plant layout, that is the arrangement of the factory, depends on what kind of product, whether the product is a bulky product, whether the product is a small weight product, whether the product is a liquid product. So the nature of the product. Then the second is the volume of the production, whether the quantity is to be produced is large, whether it is going to be continuous. Then what are the different types of machines which are used, like general purpose machines है या फिर specific machines कि ये मशीन में सिर्फ यही प्रोडक्ट या वो प्रोडक्ट का कोई पार्ट बन सकता है, या कोई भी जनरल पर्पस मशीन है जिसमें 4-5 टाइप्स के प्रोडक्ट्स बनाए जा सकते हैं. सो द टाइप्स ऑफ मशीन्स, द वेट ऑफ द मशीन, द अदर फैसिलिटीज, लाइक फैक्ट्री भी होगा तो वहां पे रेस्टरूम्स होने चाहिए, ड्रिंकिंग वाटर फैसिलिटीज होने चाहिए, कोई तो एक जगह ऐसे रेस्टरूम के जैसे होना चाहिए जहां पे द वर्कर्स कैन गो एंड सिट एंड हैव देयर लंच, और सो व्हेन द शिफ्ट्स चेंज, सो दैट देयर इज अ प्लेस फॉर द वर्कर्स टू गो एंड रिलैक्स, और दे कैन चेंज देयर क्लोथ. सो ऑल दोज फैसिलिटीज ऑल्सो नीड्स टू बी टेकन केयर ऑफ इन द फैक्ट्री सेटअप. देन व्हाट टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, वेदर इट इज एन इंटरमिटेंट, मतलब ब्रेक्स में हो रहा है, डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स मैन्युफैक्चर हो रहे हैं, या फिर इट इज अ कंटिन्यूअस एक ही टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है. सो द टाइप ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, एंड ऑफ कोर्स द मैनेजमेंट पॉलिसीज, दैट वेदर द मैनेजमेंट वांट्स टू stick with this production system only and they don't have any further plan of growth or expansion. And if they want to go for growth and expansion, then they will have to think about the factory setup also. So according to all these factors, according to all these conditions, there are basically 5 types of layout. The first type is called as the process or the functional layout. The second is called as the product or the assembly layout. Third is a combination layout. Fourth is a fixed position layout. And fifth is the group or the cellular layout. So let's try to understand what is a process or a functional layout. Process or a functional layout, it is basically used in the pharmaceutical industry or the educational institutions. This layout in very simple terms can be like in the offices you will see different departments. Like if you go to a bank, in the bank there are different sections. So these sections are basically called as departments. So this section, there will be a section for accounts, there will be a section for customer handling, customer query, there will be a section which is looking into the current account status. So different sections are there. So a process layout or a functional layout is a layout in which according to the function that department does, accordingly that layout is prepared. So what are the characteristics? Here the simple types of machineries are used, different customer requirements are met at different departments, then the workers are skilled in using the different equipments, limited handling systems are required, limited handling equipments are used. So that it is based on three basic principles, that is the distance, minimum distance should be there. There is a sequence of operations, like when you go into the bank, you directly don't go at the counter and deposit the money. You have to, depending on the type of work you want to do. Suppose you don't have any work at the cash counter, you want to go and operate your locker facility. At that time, you will not have to go to the cashier counter and finish your turn standing in the queue for the cashier counter. Then you will go to the next department, then to the locker. No, it is not like that. If you want to specifically go for the locker, you will go at the department where the locker details you need to fill. As a customer, you need to complete certain formalities. So there you will complete those formalities and then directly you will be taken to your locker. So similar principle is used in the process or the functional layout. Remember that process or functional layout, as the name says, functional layout मतलब एक कोई particular function के लिए वो department होता है. Accounts में accounts का ही काम होता है, IT में IT related काम होगा. तो ऐसे ही देन कैश काउंटर जो है वहां पे कैश रिलेटेड ही काम किया जाएगा. सो फंक्शनल लेआउट इज ऑल्सो, वी कैन ऑल्सो से, टू अंडरस्टैंड वी कैन ऑल्सो से इट एज डिपार्टमेंटल लेआउट. एंड the advantages of this layout are that the number of machineries, the type of machineries required is very limited. It involves low cost. There is a flexibility of equipments as well as people. The investment cost is also less, and the production can be more. There is more flexibility and different tasks can be undertaken. However, there are certain disadvantages that are only few standard operations can be done in this type of layout. The material handling, you cannot use hi-fi material handling systems या machineries को नहीं use किया जा सकता. hi-fi material handling machineries को use नहीं किया जा सकता है. Process time जो रहता है वो थोड़ा सा ज्यादा रहता है. एंड इस लेआउट में स्पेस एंड कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट हाई होता है एंड वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस भी ज्यादा होता है. सो दीज आर द डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ दिस सिस्टम. In my next lecture, we will be continuing with the next type of layout, that is the assembly line layout. Today, we basically have seen what is a plant layout, what are the characteristics of what is the meaning of a plant layout, what are the requirements of a plant layout, what are the principles of a plant layout, what are the factors that need to be considered for a plant layout, and we saw one type of plant layout. In the next lecture, we will continue with the different types of plant layout. Till then, stay connected. Thank you.